Hello, Taurus. Thank you so much for joining me today on Fortune's Wheel Tarot. This is going to be a reading for the full moon in Aquarius, which is actually occurring as we speak. So I'm going to do my best to finish up these readings and get them out. This energy will be around for a bit, though, so no worries. Whenever you see this is when it's meant for you. I offer this for the highest good to benefit the planet. Release me from any blocks and restrictions. May this serve all who need. Spirit and angel guides, keepers of the divine white light, keepers of the Akashic records, ascended masters. What are the messages for Taurus at this time, please? Messages for Taurus at this time, please. Thank you. Your first card out is the Two of Roses, Winged Messengers. Your second card is the number 12, Major Arcana, the Scribe. Your third card is the Three of Scrolls, Setting Your Course. You're going somewhere, Taurus. Where are you steering your ship? On the bottom of the deck, the Five of Forces, Summer, Winter. Of course, the summer is a time for busyness. The crops are growing and there's much tending to do. So the message from from that card is, basically to put in a little extra effort because the harvest is coming. Harvest season is coming. I'm going to clarify these messages with a few cards from the Everyday Witch Tarot. As usual, Taurus, all of these decks will be listed down in the description box below. Clarifying messages for Taurus, please. The Two of Roses, Winged Messengers, a beautiful card of you rising above some type of conflict in your life. The Scribe is potentially about you being in a time of heightened learning. Clarifying the Winged Messengers, we have the Knight of Wands. Clarifying the number 12, the Scribe, the Ten of Cups. Beautiful. Clarifying the Three of Scrolls, Setting Your Course, the Eight of Swords. And on the bottom of this deck, the Three of Wands. So it could be at this time there is a potential for some expansion right now. Some kind of growth going on in your life, Taurus. I'm going to pull 3 cards from the Divine Abundance Oracle to lay at the bottom of each of these rows. Thank you, Spirit and Angel Guides, for these beautiful messages for Taurus. What are the clarifying messages from the Divine Abundance Oracle, please? Thank you. Clarifying Winged Messengers and Knight of Wands, ease. Clarifying the number 12, the Scribe, and the Ten of Cups, divine flow. Clarifying the Three of Scrolls, Setting Your Course, and the Eight of Swords, liberation. That's awesome. That's awesome. And as a final message, I'm going to pull a card from the Shaman's Dream Oracle. This is going to serve as an overall message for you, Taurus. What is the overall message for Taurus from the Divine Abundance, from the Shaman's Dream Oracle, please? And I believe I said, but in case I didn't, all of these decks will be listed down below in the description box, Taurus, in case you're interested. Overall message. I am trying not to struggle with the shuffling. Overall message for Taurus, please. Thank you. In the hand. The universe is your partner. This is a beautiful message for you, Taurus, for the full moon in Aquarius. So let's jump right into these messages. The winged messengers, you can see a dove of peace flying above a table there. On the table, there is some china, and one of the cups has been upended and is broken. And this indicates some type of conflict in your life, potentially a family conflict. There's also a hawk that's in this depiction here, and he has a message as well. It, he, she. And as it is flying in from this other side of the card, it is indicating that there's a potential for further disagreement or conflict around this situation, Taurus, unfortunately. But the best part about this message, and the part to remember, is that you have the power to rise above this. You can see the dove spirit there has risen above this situation. And so you have the ability to do that. This is a call from your spirit to see this situation from a higher perspective, from your higher self's perspective, and perhaps from, a more loving perspective. Family can be tough, for sure. But this is, generally around a family conflict. So at any rate, you may feel compelled to be a peacemaker of some kind. The hawk also indicates that there are times when you could have the tendency to get pulled into things, and do your best to remind yourself to rise above that so that you can see things from your higher self's perspective and deal with things clearly and effectively. I have been trying to read the Akashic Force for each of these cards because I hope that it could be a meditation for some. That's one of the reasons why I wanted to share these messages, because I found these messages to be uplifting, and they help me to gain clarity and direction. So hopefully they do the same for you, Taurus. The Akashic Force reads, with a deep breath, bring your focus within you and feel the brilliant, pure white energy of your higher self. As you fill with a sense of this radiant being, invite a message from your spirit about any personal concern that lies before you at this time. Whether you get a word, a feeling, or an image, let yourself receive that message immediately. And with this being clarified by the Knight of Wands, of course, this is, a free-spirited person. Could be, with the wand, it's a person of action. Could also be someone who is of passionate nature, shall we say. This can also stand for creativity. So, with this clarifying the Two of Roses, some of you, I feel, need to give yourselves permission to act upon something. With the winged messengers, you have to, or you're being guided to rise above a situation and see it from your higher self's perspective. But there's also an element of passion that is not necessarily a bad thing, Taurus. Maybe for some of you, it is allowing yourself to see things from a different perspective. Maybe from a more free-spirited perspective. This was clarified overall by the Ease card from the Divine Abundance Oracle. It's easy for me to receive. It's easy for me to receive. It's easy for me to receive. It can be a struggle to see things from your higher self's perspective at times, Taurus. But it's always beneficial to get in touch with that part of your higher self. That is never time that is wasted. And it does create ease. Ease to give and to receive. The next card out for you is the number 12, the Scribe, and this is a major arcana in the Akashic Tarot. You can see the scribe there busy at work and other scribes there at their desks working diligently as well. This being a major arcana, number 12 reduces to a 3. This is a very important message in your reading. And this is indicating a time of higher learning, as I said. So use this to your benefit right now, Taurus. Some of the scribes of ancient times used to be some of the most learned people of their time. And if there's any subject that you would like to acquaint yourself with, or if you would like to become, reacquainted with, then do so at this time. It's a period of higher mind and higher learning. And one of the messages of this card is to have a huge perspective. With the other card here of the Winged Messengers about seeing things from your higher self's perspective. The Wright brothers is an example that they give in this card about, how they began by studying flight patterns of birds. And then, look at what they accomplished and what has become of that, that they didn't even live to see. So don't think of something as being too big of an idea. And if you're involved in any kind of legal matters or anything like that, it could be that there's a person who can help you with this. This could also be a time when you are writing something, articles, books, blogs. So notice what compels you. That's the most important thing, Taurus. Whatever it is that compels you, be sure to answer that call, because that ultimately leads you to the Ten of Cups. And this, of course, is ultimate happiness, fulfillment, total contentment. So whatever it is that compels you, don't be afraid to delve into that, Taurus, at this time. The Akashic Force for the Scribe reads, think of an interest you would like to pursue. With a deep breath, feel your desire to make this discovery or expand it further. Find a book today that helps you open this door tomorrow. And, of course, with our age of, YouTube and everything on YouTube, books are great and I love them. I have many books and I love to go to the library. And if that compels you, do that, Taurus. Go to the library and get several books. Browse the shelves and pull several books and just take them home and look over them for a couple of weeks. Or, you can always find out, if you're not a book person, there are many videos on YouTube, obviously, for everything. Absolutely everything that you could imagine. These were clarified overall by the Divine Flow card. Eventually, one sublime desire takes precedence over all others: to follow the Tao, the divine flow, at all costs. And I believe that that is the thing that is within us that brings us the greatest joy. That's how people can, have jobs that don't feel like work, is when they're doing something that they love. So figure out what that is for you, Taurus. Give yourself permission to explore different things, diversify. Pick up a book of something that you maybe never considered. And you may be surprised what you open yourself up to. The next card out for you is the Three of Scrolls, setting your course. And you can see the captain there is looking through his telescope, and he's not on a submarine. He's looking through his periscope. There's a beautiful rainbow there. I said periscope again. Telescope. I'm going to stop now. He's got a couple of officers nearby, and they're looking at a chart that's unrolled. This is indicating it's time to broaden your horizons in your personal and in your business lives. Your opportunities are greater than what you can see. So he's looking at a very narrow perspective through that telescope. So don't limit yourself to one direction at this time, Taurus. Widen your scope, and this card is indicating that you can find your way to boundless wealth and limitless opportunities. And that's awesome. So there could be some affiliation or partnership with these other people. It could indicate, among 3 people on your path. And, of course, travel or relocation could be on the agenda, with this being, on the ship. But you can steer your ship in any direction that you want to go in. And with the scribe, broadening your horizons, opening your view to a wider view, Taurus. The Akashic force for this card: imagine you are a ship upon the sea. The wind has filled your sails, and you cut through the water with ease. Feel the exhilaration of boundless freedom and the assurance of going wherever your will drives you. Where are you headed? Where are you headed? This was clarified by the Eight of Swords. So you can see a woman that appears to have her hands bound there, but if you look in actuality, they're not bound. She could shake loose that binding, whatever that string is around her hands. She could shake it loose easily enough. So this is indicating self-imposed restrictions, or, feeling trapped about something potentially. So this is in your hands, is what I'm feeling, Taurus. You have the potential to steer your ship in any direction you want it to go, to widen your horizons, to broaden your view. Learn whatever it is you want to learn, delve into whatever it is that interests you, and shake off that binding, whatever those restrictions are, so that you can sail freely. And I see you doing this. Liberation is the card that clarified this, and that's why I said, this was a beautiful reading, because the doubts and fears still come up. You don't believe anymore that they're you. So that's awesome, Taurus. And you shouldn't believe in the doubts about yourself, because as I said, you can do anything that you want to do, anything that you set your mind to. You can steer your ship in that direction. You can certainly steer your ship in that direction. The Shaman's Dream Oracle message. These messages are a little detailed, well, more than a little, and so I like to share it because I feel like it's important again. And I hope you agree. These usually are, tying these together as an overall beautifully. Number 31 reduces to a 4, in the hand, feeling secure, taken care of, the universe is your partner. Something amazing happens when you contemplate your intimate relationship with your higher power. How do you engage it? Perhaps you might have seen things through the influence of your religious background, or you may have been exposed to other ways of making that connection real for you. It doesn't matter the source of your understanding. What matters is what works for you. For example, if you believe in a punitive God, you will be afraid of punishment for your transgressions. If you believe in a version of a higher power that blesses you, you may find it easier to surrender to a relationship of radical trust. Right now, if you imagine relaxing, curled up in the hands of the divine, how does that make you feel? Can you then turn over your needs and desires to that divine power and trust that you're safe and secure and don't have to do anything at all to feel that way? Grace is activated in your life right now. You're in good hands. Your work, family, relationships, home, everything. You've done all you can, so now is the time to rest and recharge. Instead of producing, doing, acting, and strategizing. A hot tea, a good book, and a soft blanket are in order. So maybe this is exactly what you should be doing right now, is just taking a time out, figuring out what it is that you want to do. If there's some type of situation in your family that you have to deal with some conflict, you want to take some time out to deal with that. Figure out how to move forward. If there's something that you want to learn about, whatever it is that compels you, and steering your ship in the direction in which you want it to go. Grace is activated in your life now. Grace is activated in your life now. That's a beautiful message, Taurus. The final message that I want to read for you is just a short message about the full moon in Aquarius, actually, which is what this reading has been about. The Moonology Oracle deck is indicating that this is a time to be real right now, Taurus. The full moons are a time of seeing our manifestations come to fruition. So the message for this card is, sometimes we pursue someone or something for all the wrong reasons. Our ego gets involved, and before we know it, we're driving ourselves crazy by chasing something that may not even be right for us. This card reminds you that sometimes you need to back off a little, worry less, and trust more. Life is about fun and laughter, but you'll take all the fun out of it if you spend too long in your head rather than in your heart. You might win, but it might not be a great victory. Release. The manifesting balance right now is to find a balance between being real and trying to please all the people all the time, Taurus. Your manifesting mindset, life goes in cycles, and that's okay. The more you can accept that, the easier this phase will be for you. A manifesting ritual for awakening. Add some frankincense to your essential oil, some frankincense essential oil to your diffuser. Sit comfortably, and as you meditate, call in Isis, the goddess who supports us in our awakening to the truth, and ask Isis to show you your personal truth, Taurus. Once you know that in your heart, you'll know your next best step. Your manifestation affirmation at this time: the truth empowers me and sets me free. The truth empowers me and sets me free. And grace is activated in your life right now. You're in good hands, Taurus. You're in good hands. I hope that this full moon in Aquarius reading has resonated with you. I hope that you have a beautiful August and enjoy the rest of your summer. If you like this reading and it resonated, please hit that like button for me right now, Taurus. It helps me get these messages out to as many people as may want to hear them. So thank you for helping me do that. I'm wishing you love and light, and I will see you next time.